Hey guys, today in this video I'm going to show you how to mount, level, and sight in a scope on your rifle. First thing you're going to need is a rifle, obviously. And you always want to make sure before you do anything on any maintenance or anything on a gun, make sure it's unloaded. Next thing you're going to need to sight in your gun is scope rings. Here I have the Vortex Hunters. Third thing you're going to need is your scope. Here I have the Vortex Crossfire 2. This one's specially made for straight roll cartridge, and I'm going to be using it on my 450 Bushmaster. A couple other things that are going to help is a torque driver, leveling kit, and something to put your gun on, whether it's lead sled or something along them lines. So let's get right into it. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do is put the scope rings on. Mine conveniently came with a Torx key. All you're going to do to start off is finger tighten those, and we'll come back before we're done and use the Torx driver to torque all those. Then you're going to take your scope and set your eye relief. A little hack I like to do is after I have my eye relief set, so we're just going to be sure of that. Alright, that looks pretty good. Didn't have to move it very far. So I like to take a Sharpie and mark little dots or lines or whatever you do see fit, and that way I know that's where my scope's going to go. I'm going to take the scope off and level the gun now. This little kit comes with this. Set it on there like that. I'm just not wanting to get level. Right there looks about good. Now I'm going to strap her down. Make sure she don't move. And if she does, just give her a little shimmy one way or another. Now I'm going to put the barrel level on. Just going to want to match it to that level. Make sure they're both level. This one's being a little stubborn. Alright, now that they're both level, and both perfectly level, gonna want to take this level off. Just for right now. Now we're gonna put the scope back on. Line up the little dots or lines, whichever you used. And put the scope rings on. Got a little friend in the show. One thing I like about the lead sled, it has the little tray down here. Keep all your little screws in there. I like to just start these. Make sure they're all the threads are started. Now you're going to want to match the scope with the level on the gun. Just like so, if you want to show them that. Make sure the scope is perfectly level with the gun. Now we're going to take our Torx key and finish tightening these down and make sure that scope does not move. Sometimes as you tighten it down, just like that, the scope will move. I like to do opposite corners. You don't want to tighten it down too much. Just like that, the scope's tight on there. Then we're going to take our Torx driver. Do believe this is the right bit for it. Just going to double check it. It is. We're going to want to set it. You remember what it was?
18.
18. I set to 18. I have it set to 18. Now you're just going to want to go to each one of these and start tightening it until you hear a click. Like that. Alright, now at the end of this video, well, I guess now, I'm going to show you how to sight it in. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so you've seen earlier in this video, we mounted and leveled the scope on my CVA Scout. Now we're going to bore sight it and sight it in about a minimum shots as possible with the prices of ammo being so expensive. So now I'm going to take wrapping paper. This is very effective. I'm going to run it down there, put a dot on it to be the bullseye, and let's do it.
Well, when you go to the range, don't leave your targets up on the board. Just clean up your mess. Alright, normally when you bore sight a rifle, like a bolt action rifle, you can remove the bolt, look down through the barrel, get it set well on the lead sled, and then adjust your scope. Now, a break open, as you can see what I did, I turned the lead sled sideways. I'm just using the mount. I have it broke open. I can line it up with that dot that he put in on the wrapping paper. I can put it directly in the center of the barrel, and then I can look and see where I'm hitting. So if we would shoot this right now with the scope, we'd probably hit super low. So what I'm going to do, let's see which way. So up is left, and up is to the left, and left. Alright, that's pretty close to being in the center, so we'll take a shot and see what it does.
You can see where it hit right there.
It's pretty good. Now, what you're going to want to do, and I don't have this just right because I'm going to try to use a phone scope, but because of the eye relief of the scope, I can't use a phone scope. But what you want to do is put your crosshairs back on the bullseye and you can see the bullet hole down there. You're going to want to move the scope. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to turn your scope the way you want the bullet to go, so up. If I can keep this clear with the sun. So you see we're up there, and the bullet did hit a little bit to the right. So I'm going to kind of guess on this. I think that's probably about the distance it is. So that should give us closer to where we want to be impact with the next bullet. That sun is horrible. So now on the right elevation, the same as before, I'm going to put the crosshairs back on the bullseye where I was aiming. I'm going to turn the scope so that it is pointed right at that last bullet hole. And that should put it pretty much dead center bullseye. Pretty close. There's 3 shots to get it pretty close to where it needs to be. But just go to 100 yards, then you can dial it in. You're only doing it in 3-4 shots. You're good to go. Then you can have fun shooting once you're zeroed in.